Hey y'all, welcome to another episode of Between Two Rods. I'm your host, Aaron Rich, and this is a fishing podcast where we talk about all kinds of things, fishing, life, cool events, and today we're going to talk about some really cool stuff coming up in our community. And I am very excited to have a few really awesome guests here today. But first, I'd like to thank our sponsor, BassTackleSupply.com, for all your freshwater fishing needs. Go visit those guys and help us with promoting our podcast, and they help us out, help them out, take care of each other very, very well. So I'd like to start by introducing Chelsey Adami, and you are the marketing director and the events coordinator at Captain Anderson's Marina and the Event Center. And also my second guest is BJ Burkett, and you're also a captain of Hook 'em Up Charters, but you're also the VP of the Bay County Boatsmen's Association, and you're involved in the event as well.
Correct.
So, and what we're talking about today is that we have a fishing rodeo coming up. So can y'all tell me a little bit about how that came to be and what the event's all about?
The rodeo come about. I want to say this is year 4. It was created to mainly bring more business to Panama City for the charter businesses, and also to get the community involved in the fishing rodeo. It's just a tournament. It's not a tournament where you're going to go out and win hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's a tournament where we have a lot of winners. A lot of prizes. All the kids that fish in the tournament, they get a free fishing pole if they weigh in a fish.
Awesome. Very cool.
It's just a tournament to bring the community together and also bring business to our marina.
That's awesome. Very cool. And as far as how long that's gone in, you said it's 4 years in, and what kind of fishing competitors are there? Varying levels of skill sets and that sort of thing?
So we have several levels. We have a land-based and kayak paddleboard division. We also have a private recreational over 26-foot division, an under 26-foot boat division, and then we have 2 different divisions for the for-hire side, the charters. So we have the state guide boats and then the federal guide boats. So there's different tier levels, and we broke it up like that, again, trying to have a lot of different winners to get everybody competing, and there's like 80 different categories.
Oh, wow. That's a bunch.
That you can win in if you break it up per division, and just trying to get everybody involved. It's doing really good. We're still trying to grow it. Our goal is to grow it to be like the Destin Fishing Rodeo. They have a really big rodeo. It's been going on for 70 or 80 years.
Oh, yeah.
And,
long time.
Yep. So we're just trying to get it to that state. We're growing it every year right now, but we still got a long way to go. Just we appreciate all our sponsors. We couldn't do it without them. Bill Kramer, Chevrolet, and the boat center they are our lead sponsor on this.
Oh yeah, I brag on them all the time, man. I am really, really good at destroying a boat, right? And so the good folks over at Kramer Marine are doing the Lord's work and getting me back on the water, and not poking fun of me when I do stupid things, and they're very polite about it. So
absolutely.
I'm not lying. Seriously, the last time I took it to them, I was out on the river, and I'm cruising along, and the boat cut out, and I would have swore to you that I had done it, but I ended up not putting gas in the boat, and I ran it out of gas and had to have my friend tow me back, and I took it into him thinking that something had gone wrong with the fuel pump or whatever. Right. And it was just gas, but he was real cool about not dogging on me about it. So if you're a dumb boat owner like me, go see the folks at Kramer Marine. They'll take good care of you.
Absolutely.
So that's awesome. Well, I'm glad to hear they're sponsoring. They sponsor a lot of stuff in our community.
Yes.
So, for sure. So what do you feel that makes our fishing rodeo here in Panama City different from other ones that folks may have experienced before?
The difference is, ours, we're really trying to base ours around the kids and families. We're trying to get the younger ones involved in it because it's not as popular as it was back in the early days when I was little. That's what we did. We didn't get
for sure.
all the video games and all that. So just trying to get the younger crowd into fishing. That's our main goal at this point.
Absolutely.
And, just to keep it going.
Well, and once you get fishing in a kid's blood, man, it's there for life,
exactly.
And I can distinctly remember when I got into fishing, there was a moment and I was like, man, this is awesome. Like it connects with you that way. So yeah, getting a fishing pole in kids' hands can be a really great thing.
Yes, sir.
Well, very cool. How has the event evolved for you as the years have gone on? Since you started it, how has it evolved, and where do you see it going?
Right. So I actually got heavily involved in it this will be my second year. So we're just trying to get it to where we can have more. Like right now, we have a lot of or some bands coming into play,
Oh, nice.
and then we're coordinating a seafood festival at the final weekend of it.
Hmm.
But we're just trying to grow it like to where we could have entertainment every night and have some raffles and just give back to the community. And I mean, it just helps everybody.
No,
So,
that's great. And with you mentioned families a couple different times. How do parents get their kids involved if they want their kids to get
okay,
involved in
perfect.
the
So,
tournament?
the tournament goes on from October 4th to October 12th. The 4th is one of the big days. It is the day of the kids fishing clinic. So
Hmm.
the real ladies of Panama City they sponsor the kids fishing clinic.
Nice,
So
awesome.
bring your kids. You don't have to do anything special. Just show up at Captain Anderson's. I believe it starts at 10 a.m. You show up, you fill out a little bit of paperwork, and they have a tournament for just the kids at the marina. Everything's furnished, free rod and reel, like I say,
Hmm.
bait. There'll be a lot of helpers out there taking fish off and baiting hooks, and there's a lot of prizes for the kids also above and beyond the fishing poles. They'll let them fish at the marina for a couple hours, and I'm not sure how they do the prizes, but they have a system to award everybody with prizes, and the kids just come out. We'll also have bouncy houses there. The real ladies are going to have face painting, I believe.
Very
Uh,
cool.
we're also going to be serving some fresh local seafood sponsored by Tarpon Dock Seafood that can be purchased. We're going to have entertainment that night also during the day. So, I mean, just an event. There's a cast net throwing area for kids to learn how to throw cast nets.
Nice.
There's also just a
I
casting.
need to learn myself. Maybe I can go
All right,
hang
come
out.
on out. We'll teach you. And then we also got a rod and reel casting to win a prize out of a bucket and stuff like that.
Very
So
cool.
Just,
Nice.
just stuff to keep the kids interested. And during this whole thing, also we'll have the Bay County Artificial Reef Association is going to have several different companies that build reefs are going to have them set up in the parking lot to see the different designs. So,
Nice. Very cool. And you're involved in the Bay County Reefs Association as well, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I'm also involved with that. My wife is actually the president of that association.
Nice.
We're in the process right now of getting a 60-foot tugboat
Mm,
sunk as an artificial reef. Will be a public reef off of Panama City. So
nice.
the last week or so, we've been cleaning it up and getting it ready for deployment.
Nice.
So,
I don't care if my kids necessarily want to go cast in buckets, but that sounds pretty awesome to me.
Right.
That's right up my alley. So
Absolutely. Might
Tell
win
what we're
a gift
doing.
card, might win a piece of candy. You
You
never
got
know.
it. You got it. And Chelsey, all this information's available on the website, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So the fishing rodeo has a separate website from the seafood festival, but we're very much so intertwined. The fishing rodeo is going to be pcbfishingrodeo.com.
Okay. Awesome. And I know that there's schedule of events and ways to sign up and stuff like that on there. Okay.
Yes.
Very cool. Well, that's outstanding. I can't wait to go out there and check it out and bring the kids out and teach them how to cast into bait buckets and stuff like that. So that'd be really cool. So how do y'all go about selecting the types of species and the event schedule that you do?
So it's mainly just what is common for this area, and we try to go around the regulation of what's in season. Because and sometimes we have to change it last minute depending on if the regulations change a little bit. But we got from grouper, snapper, black snapper, vermilion snapper, red snapper for the recreational, which the federal charter boats won't get to target the red snapper, but the recreational guys will. We have tuna, wahoo, redfish with the most spots. We have a shark division this year. Just there's so many different divisions.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Spanish mackerel.
Yeah, we have a ton of different species around here, and it's a lot of fun to catch every single one of them. So
Oh, absolutely. That's one thing I tell a lot of people on our charters. They said, "Well, what are we going to catch?" I said, "Well, you may catch 2 or 3 species, but I've had charters catch a dozen species in
Yep.
one day."
yeah, some days are that way. Sometimes I go out and it's like one thing. It's either like all red snapper or nothing else, and then sometimes it's like 7, 8 different things. So, yeah.
Exactly.
That's part of the fun of fishing out here is you just get so many
Absolutely.
different things, and plus we have freshwater too. I mean, we got freshwater, we got inshore salt water. We got offshore salt water.
Yep.
I mean, it's an incredible place to live and fish, man.
Oh yeah, it's awesome. I love it. I do all of it. So
Yeah, I
I've
bet.
got 2 7-year-olds, and they really love catfishing
Nice.
with the bush hooks, with the limb lines. It's one of their favorite things for freshwater.
Very
That
nice.
or frog gigging. So
Yeah, frog gigging. Your kids are into frog gigging.
they
Nice.
love it. They love it.
Good Southern kids, man.
Oh,
So- that's awesome. Well, so has there been a moment over the last couple of years at your event where something noteworthy has happened? Do you have any cool stories to tell about that?
I can tell you, last year we were just watching the weights, and or not half, but several weights changed in the last hour of the last day of the tournament. So
Yeah, nice.
people thought, I mean, they've held it for almost a whole tournament, and right there in the last hour, somebody'd come in and bust their bubble and have a bigger amberjack or bigger grouper and stuff like that. But the last day, which weather is definitely a big dependent on it. So the weather got really nice, so a lot of changes for the leaderboards. So I mean, just watching the fish come in and how excited the people get over it, even if it's just a vermilion snapper, but they take the lead. I mean, that's something to be proud of. So.
Well, and the good things for folks that are thinking about checking out the event too is even if you don't fish, if you just go and attend and watch the weigh-ins and stuff like that, that's a lot of fun too. And plus, you got a bunch of other stuff going on at the event that you can enjoy. So,
I myself thought it was really exciting when Justin and Meredith from Chasing the Sun actually joined the tournament, and they weighed in and actually took home the prize for an amberjack.
nice.
Yes.
Yeah,
Awesome.
so that was really cool because you got to see it back on the Discovery Channel, and it's like, hey, that's our little small town rodeo.
Yeah, nice. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, Justin's a good guy. So glad they were to participate in that.
That
So-
was cool.
And are y'all enjoying the progress you're seeing out of it each year? I mean, do you see it continuing to grow for years and years? And
Yes, it's definitely growing. I mean, we're having more people sign up. It's just the more people we can sign up, the more prizes we can have. As we take all the entry fee goes right back into the prizes. It's definitely getting bigger. We just want to see it keep going.
yeah,
It's just the more people we get involved, the more sponsors we have, the bigger we can make it.
okay. And if somebody's interested in sponsoring, is there a good way for them to reach out to y'all?
They can contact us off of the website, the PCBFishingRodeo.com. There's contact information on there. They can reach out to either me or the president is Miss Keela Paul, and we can get you situated.
Nice, very cool. Do you do other types of fishing for fun? I know you charter, but what kind of fishing you into otherwise?
I do quite a bit of freshwater fishing, mainly for the catfish, brim and bass. My 7-year-olds will try to hook me every day if I let them. I mean, they're always throwing lures, and I'm ducking under to try not to get hooked. But if it's saltwater, I like anything that's biting.
Yeah.
That's the main thing. I hate to have to, and I have clients, and I'm very upfront with them. I'll tell them, but they'll come to me and say, "Hey, I want to catch a cobia." And I said, "Well, it's the wrong time of year. It hadn't been very good. Well, that's what I want to target." And I'll be like, "Well, if that's what you want to do, I'll take you, but no guarantees."
Yeah,
And that kind of fishing, it's just not that fun to me.
yeah.
But
It's hard when folks aren't here all the time,
Right.
and you can't really plan it that way. We do a lot of travel fishing, and that's part of what the podcast and the blogging is all about is doing that. And you really do have to plan for certain species time of year. Like we're planning a trip to Alaska next year, and there's a peak time to go where you're going to catch the species that you want to catch, right?
Exactly.
And I think for folks that are looking to plan for a particular species, I think you really got to plan ahead for that.
Exactly.
And that's a
a lot
lesson.
of people don't understand that, but I try to tell them. But if I had to go target something, just me personally, I love to eat yellowfin tuna. So I mean, we don't see a whole
Can't
lot
beat
of
that.
them here. So if I'm going play fishing, I'm probably gonna make a long trip and go to the oil rigs or somewhere.
Oh yeah. Down like towards Louisiana, you go fishing down that way. Okay.
Oh yeah, I've fished out of Venice a little bit. Some.
Oh yeah.
It's
a fun place.
Venice is it's very fun, but it's special.
It's a different world down there, man. I'm telling you. We've talked about that on previous podcasts,
It's
and
it's all about fishing. There's nothing else.
It is a escape from the rest of the world. It is. I mean, it's down there in the middle of nothing, and it is its own place, man. Hey, if you haven't been to Venice, it's hard to explain.
It is.
Yeah.
It really is.
Well, very nice. Chelsey, do you fish aside from marketing about fishing and that sort of thing? You into that?
My husband is.
Yeah.
So I hear a lot of fishing stories, but
Yeah.
I don't
Well, you're
actually,
immersed in it every day, so you know.
Yeah, yeah. So doing marketing for the marina, the head boats, which are also participating in the rodeo, so that's kind of fun.
Oh, nice.
We see a lot of different species come in daily, but the cool thing about the head boats is you pay that one low ticket price, and if you come fishing with us during the rodeo, you're automatically going to be entered.
Oh, that's cool.
So they also get to participate as far as weighing in fish.
And if you don't have a boat, it gives you a way to participate and be part of what's going on. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm glad you mentioned that. So how do folks find out about that and get a spot if they want to participate in one of those boats? They reach out to you?
Or through our website, so they can call the ticket office and make a reservation, or they can make their reservation online.
Cool.
And then once they receive their email confirmation, it actually has the information on there that you guys are automatically entered in the rodeo. So be sure that you weigh your fish in when you get back to the dock. And then, as he mentioned, if it's a child under 12, then they still get that free rod and reel from Tarpon Dock or Half Inch.
Half Inch is sponsoring that, I
Half Inch,
believe.
which
That's
is
pretty awesome.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
really great.
Yep. The charters are set up that same way. We pay the entry fee, and then anybody on our boat, they're covered. So if they catch the fish, they get to weigh it in.
That's really cool.
Yep.
Awesome. What sounds like a great event. So
Yeah. Now, I myself, I don't get to go fishing because I have a toddler.
yeah.
So she's not going to take to the boat very well.
Yeah. Well, when my kids were young, we did a lot of like little brim and bass ponds and stuff like that to kind of get them hooked into fishing a little bit. So I was out there when they were very young. I had been a little baby Bjorn and casting around. Yeah.
Aw.
So yeah, but they're growing up. Mine are 10 and 12 now. So we're in a different phase of patience and casting ability and that sort of thing. So
Right.
that's a fun thing about raising kids and getting them into the fishing lifestyle is you kind of start them and then there's just points where it just evolves and then you get into different types of things and they're old enough now we could go out, do a little deep sea fishing and do some stuff that's a little more complicated. So
Yeah, we're actually really excited because the kids fishing rodeo, part of the large rodeo, will be her first time ever fishing. So
oh wow, that's
yes,
cool.
and she's just under 2. So
That's
we're going
awesome.
to see how it goes.
Very cool. Awesome. Well, I look forward to her getting a fishing rod. That's cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
She's been practicing with Daddy at home.
Yep. Well, and we were talking earlier about my neighborhood. I do stock fish in my neighborhood ponds. So if you want to catch some bass, I can tell you what ponds to fish in. Because I every time I go bass fishing, I bring them back and like a good redneck and stick them in the neighborhood ponds, and they're loaded in there. So
Yeah, your kids in your neighborhood probably love that.
I literally have dozens of boys that come out and fish my neighborhood ponds every single night. I mean, it's crazy. They're like several of them are around certain ponds where they know they are. But I mean, they can go there and they can catch fish within 5 minutes.
Wow.
Because I mean, we just load them in there, and
Yeah.
I don't
Your
think
boys
anybody's
would love
keeping them.
that.
They're just releasing them back in there.
Right.
But I mean, I feel like it's my civic duty to go bass fishing and bring back some bass and throw them in the ponds for the kids. So.
Yeah.
I mean, it's for the children. It's not for me, man. I mean,
That's very sweet.
yeah, it's fun. So, well, I think that's awesome that y'all are putting on the event. And as we were talking a little bit earlier, there's also a second component of that, and that's the food festival. So, would you mind telling me a little bit about how the food festival ties in and what that's about?
Yeah, so the last weekend of the fishing rodeo, it's actually Columbus Day weekend. So October 10th through 12th, we have teamed up with them to actually have the PCB Seafood Festival. So as you know, our area hasn't had a seafood festival since 2013.
Oh, wow.
I
I
know.
didn't realize it's been that long.
And it's really surprising because it's, the seafood capital. I mean,
Yeah.
in my opinion, I'm not sure if that's true, but we were just talking about all the different species, of seafood here locally. So we've had a really great response. The event page has taken off. The community is really excited to have it back. And
Yeah, I bet.
what better way to do it than tie it into the rodeo? So
No, that's awesome.
as he mentioned, he's kind of forming his rodeo around the Destin Fishing Rodeo. Well, they also have a seafood festival that coincides with their rodeo.
Okay,
And that,
cool.
from what I've heard, ends up being the biggest weekend of the tournament. So we're hoping that we can kind of formulate something similar to that here.
No, that's really cool. And, as far as people, they sign up for that, or is it a free event to attend and they just show up? I mean, how does that work?
Yeah, it's a free community event. So we definitely want everybody to come out. All 3 days, we're going to have live entertainment, bouncy houses, the face painting, lots of
Buckets to cast in.
Yeah, BJ will have his
Yep.
buckets there.
Yep. We'll have all that.
So all of the fun rodeo things are still going to be going on. They're going to have some cool artificial reefs. Their weigh-ins will still be going on. So it's just going to be kind of an extra draw, you know.
That's awesome.
We're sitting at about 75 vendors. So
Oh,
it's going to
wow.
be quite a large festival. Yes, we're excited.
Wow, very cool.
About 10 seafood vendors. So we do expect that to pick up in the next few weeks. But some really great seafood vendors. And of course, there's for people that don't like seafood, there's going to be some other vendors.
fried Oreos and stuff like that. You got my fried Oreo people out there?
Yes, we have quite a few
Yeah.
sweets.
Okay,
So
good.
come
That's my
hungry.
weakness. Fried Twinkies are good too, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I'd definitely get down with the seafood. So it's 75 vendors. Are most of those local type flavor, folks?
Yeah, I do have one food truck actually that's coming from Tallahassee, a seafood food truck. So I'm
Cool.
excited that we actually reached Tallahassee and, got them pumped up about joining us. And we definitely want the community to come out and support these vendors because this is something we intend on doing every year with the rodeo. So I think if we can show them what a success it is, they're going to be asking what's the date for next year. So
Yeah, very nice. We talked on a previous podcast about just how, important it is to have the local cuisine featured and kind of how restaurants are evolving and getting better in the area. How important do you think it is that we're featuring those local, not just the restaurants, but also the local species that we have and the people that are catching that and providing the restaurants? How important do you think it is that we're featuring those folks?
I do think it's important. That was one of the first things that BJ told me when I was going to plan a seafood festival
Mm,
was make sure it doesn't come from a Cisco truck. I'll never forget he said that.
yeah,
Just because there
100%.
are so many local restaurants, as you mentioned here, that really do take the time to make sure that it's fresh caught seafood.
Hmm.
And we do have a few local restaurants. I know Billy's Oyster Bar has signed up to join us, which is a local favorite down on our end of the beach. Also Boudreaux's Crab Shack. So
Hmm.
he does all fresh steamed crab, shrimp,
Sounds
things like
awesome.
that. Of course, our own home seafood market, Anderson Seafood Market, they're going to have a whole shebang with seafood gumbo and
Right.
fish platters, and they're as fresh as they come.
Nice.
So we
I
definitely
mean,
think
it's
it's
very
important.
farm to table, but it's like ocean to table,
Yeah.
of how it is. I mean, we're catching these fish and other species right here, and then you get to enjoy it. I mean, it's as fresh as it gets. You can't beat that.
Yeah.
And it's a great way for us to support our own community and supporting the folks that are here and catching fish in our own, community. And then the restaurants that are serving that fish that we're catching in our own community.
Mhm.
It's a great way to come out and support local folks.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. Well, that sounds like a heck of an event. You said concerts as part of that as well? Do you have any particular bands that you want to mention on there? Is it local talent as well?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Friday night, we're going to have the Gage Cohort Band come
Mhm.
on out. Saturday, we have Nate Pennington as well as Salt Rock Revival.
Nice.
Yeah, so we're really excited about them. And then Saturday, which is our big grand finale, they're going to have their closing ceremony, do all their
Sunday.
awards. Sorry, Sunday.
Sunday.
Sunday is the grand finale, and we're going to have the Will Thompson Band out there.
Okay. Nice.
And then
Yeah, those are all
following-
great folks. So,
Yeah.
very cool.
And then we end the whole big weekend with fireworks over the lagoon. So we're excited about
Oh,
that.
nice. Very cool.
Yeah.
And that's on Sunday?
Yes.
Sunday.
Okay.
At 8:30
That
will
sounds
be the-
awesome.
The
Yep.
fireworks.
The final weigh in is 5 p.m. Sunday,
Mhm.
and then we'll have about an hour break to get all the awards put together, and then our award ceremony starts at 6. Should end about 8. Then fireworks right after.
Man, that sounds awesome. Very cool. And so that's going to be right there in the lagoon. Is there going to be parking where folks that are interested in seeing the fireworks can park? Is it all there at the marina, or can they park on the other side as well?
Yes.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah, wherever they want to
they can
park
find a
at.
park.
Okay.
Yep, if they
Well, I know,
find a
like
parking
4th of
spot.
July, it's a madhouse over
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
So hopefully y'all get a
normally
great
gets pretty
turnout.
crowded just wherever they can find a spot.
Find a spot. Yeah.
Mhm.
Awesome. Well, very cool. Well, that sounds like a fantastic time. Both events sound amazing, and then the fact that you're doing them, together, I think it's going to lead for a great event. And
Mhm.
hopefully the weather will be perfect, and we'll get out there and cast in some buckets, and practice our little flipping and pitching.
Yeah,
So,
that's
yeah.
right.
Yep. I got to do frog gigging sometime. Never done frog gigging.
Really?
But, yeah.
Right now's a good time.
Is it?
It's the last couple of years. It's been a lot better than normal.
Nice.
So,
Very cool.
yeah, the most we've gotten one night, we killed 99 one night.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Yep. And
Cool.
that's 6-year-olds doing all of it.
Yeah.
Just- I just
6-year-olds
sit
are
back
slaying
and
it on the
watch.
frogs, man. Yeah. Yeah. That's
And
awesome.
They love it. They're outdoorsy.
Yeah, I think that one of the things that I've enjoyed quite a bit about doing trips and that sort of thing is it's fun to go do it, but I think the times where I'm doing it with my kids and getting out there and fishing with my kids, some of the best times, man. And so as they get older, I really hope to go and do all those things with them. And Fred and Carter Myers were on here a couple of weeks ago, and it was funny. Fred was talking about how when Carter was literally like a 4-year-old, he had him out on a tournament, and he would cast out the rod, hand it over to Carter, and Carter would reel it in, and these fish would bite. And as a 4-year-old, Carter's reeling the fish in, and a tournament boat's right next to him, watching this 4-year-old outfish him. And it's just, But he said, yeah, I just took him everywhere.
Yeah.
And I think that's a really cool thing with parents and their kids when you get them out fishing.
Oh,
Yeah, there's
we take
definitely
ours
a bond.
everywhere. We took them alligator hunting with us a couple weeks ago.
Oh, really? How'd that go?
We killed a really big one, 11-10. Or no, it
Wow.
was 11'9". So
What'd they think about that?
I had one of them film the whole thing.
No kidding.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yep. They love it. I mean, it's hard to surprise them now because they've been brought up on the docks. They act like they own Captain Anderson's Marina. They go anywhere they want. They want to go somewhere. They just do what they want. But they've just been brought up around it. It's nothing that just totally shocks them. They see when somebody brings in a big shark or something, they're like, "Oh, okay, shark."
Yeah. Okay,
Everybody
that's cool.
else is like
Yeah.
freaking out. Wow.
Yeah.
But they're like, "Yep, send another one."
They're Panama City kids.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's awesome. Well, man, I really appreciate what y'all do in the community, and the event sounds amazing. And really, y'all should check out their websites and look at the events that are going on during the course of both events, and get out there and check it out. I mean, it's going to be a lot of fun. I will be out there with the kids, and we're going to be casting into buckets and doing all kinds of fun stuff and eating tons of food and fried Oreos and all the good stuff, So, but yeah, it sounds amazing. So I appreciate y'all being the ones to coordinate and put it together.
All right. Well, we appreciate it. Glad you had us here. It's good to get it out to the public.
Absolutely, man.